The environmental movement and the corresponding conservation movement gave new meaning to the world when they combined the ecological principle that people should not interfere in the balance of nature with the ethical, moral principle that nature has not only instrumental but intrinsic value. Environmentalists then combine these two principles into one, a political one, saying that the environment is extremely endangered. And we must change both our values and our institutions to save it. The environmental movement has passed several legislations of monumental scale in order to do so. Admittingly, although, this has come at a huge cost to big businesses and corporations. However, these monetary costs are minuscule compared to the social justice that has happened, to protecting the environment and its resources for future generations, and has forced many businesses to adapt to the new industrial processes that are coming about. The monetary costs to big businesses are extremely small compared to the social justice. To this day, minority power groups bear the brunt of the environmental problems. For example, Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Many of us know that there could have been a lot more done to help the impoverished people of New Orleans. And the effect of the pollution is greater from anybody in lower socioeconomic problems than people with higher economic problems, based on the University of Chicago study in 2002. When compared to how much money is spent on weapons and our government healthcare programs, it is quite easy to see that we do not spend enough money on our environmental programs. We are doing our children and future generations an injustice by taking back some of the legislation that was put out long ago. We don't want our kids growing up having healthcare problems because we let the big businesses and corporations control the show. We as Americans have the right and the responsibility to control our future and our nation's future. If we are going to spend trillions of dollars on weapons and health care, then why not spend money on helping the environment? It is a guarantee that if we take back some of the laws, such as the Conservation and Clean Air Acts that have been set before, that the big businesses and corporations are going to come in and they're going to take advantage of this situation. We don't want our kids growing up having black lung disease or coughing up a lung as if they were a lifetime chain smoker because of these problems. I firmly believe that we need to take action now. Finally, we cannot allow big businesses to dismiss environmental policy for the sake of making big profits for their shareholders and themselves. Too many times I've seen big businesses such as ExxonMobil and BP take advantage of the things that were given to them. We all know what happened on the Exxon Valdez in Alaska, and we all know about the huge oil spill that happened there. And yes, ExxonMobil was put into huge problems with this, and yes, that was taken care of. But yet, all of the legislation that was supposed to be passed down because of that didn't happen. So therefore, recently, the oil spill in the Gulf Coast, because of BP taking advantage of the things that were taken of them, now we have a huge problem. No legislation has been passed. This is not evidence that the environmental standards should be loosened, but in fact, this is evidence that the big business and the government should be held accountable for their actions. That being said, environmental conservation legislation and regulation must be further expanded so that industries are aligned with the goals of environmental sustainability. When this happens, the Conservation Act will succeed. This will all come as a higher cost for businesses and government than what is recently in place. And that is a tragic thing. However, businesses cannot be allowed to continue to profit from the destruction of the environment at a cost of public health and our occupational environments. Thank you.
That was half against her.